Okay, so welcome to Superman, and welcome back to the Honda E. So this is day number 2 in the car, and I'm trying something that I've never done before. I've never tried to actually get any video footage when it's nighttime. So I'm seeing if this is actually going to work. I honestly don't know if it is, so we'll see. But what I'm going to do is, instead of just actually showing the interior of the car, which is very boring, I'm actually going to drive it down the A20 a little bit, which is a road in Kent leading out of London towards Dover. And I'm only going to go a short distance, but I want to see how this car acts. I want to see if it will cope with that, and you know, and how it feels really. I haven't got a lot of charge in it. I've got 42%, which isn't a vast amount, but I'm just going to go down, get a cup of coffee, and then go on a bit further, and then turn around and come back. But I think it's going to give a good idea of exactly what this car feels like at speed, and also it will show a little bit more about the energy consumption, how much energy this machine is actually taking. So let's see how we get along. You may not be able to see anything, but only time will tell. Okay, immediately, I don't know if you can hear that, there's an R8 in front of me, and I'm missing big exhaust pipes. Can you hear it banging? Sounds pretty good. Okay, so we're going to go out. We're in a 50 zone, so we're going to go out onto the main road. I've noticed actually when I indicate, it's showing me if there's any cars coming up behind. It's quite a cool system, which I've never utilised before. So we're in a 50 zone. We're doing 46 miles an hour, and actually it thought I was going to go over the white line, so it just took the steering wheel over, which is interesting. Let's see if it does that again. Yeah, it does. So it knows, and it wants to pull me back. Okay, so that's good. So that works. So let's just see how this feels when I get out onto the open road. So we're coming up to the national speed limit signs, which are about 200 yards ahead of me. And then when I get through them, then I will accelerate up to 70. So we're doing 50 miles an hour. Let's slow down a bit. There you go, 50 miles an hour. And now I'll accelerate. So I've got to put my foot hard down. So this is all the way to the floor. That's not bad. Okay, that's better than I thought it was. I mean, that's actually quite good. It really felt, I could feel the torque. And if I accelerate now, 68, 70, I'm going straight past it. It only has a top speed of 90 miles an hour, and this actually feels stronger than 90 miles an hour, I have to say. It's quite comfy. The ride is very good. It's not that much noisier than it was, and I'm doing 63, so if I accelerate up to 70, so 68, 69, yeah, not bad. I'm pretty happy with that. The car feels stable, and it's quite a windy night, and it's raining. I don't have anything to really complain about, I have to say. That actually feels a lot like a larger motor car, which is great. I still don't know if I'd want to go on a long journey, just purely for the fact that it's only got probably a real world range of 110, maybe 115 miles. They're saying 137 miles with the full battery, but you know, we all know you turn on your radio, you turn on your heating, your air conditioning, you heat the steering wheel, whatever it might be, and it's going to start sapping that energy away. So I think actually this is pretty good. So I'm going to get a cup of coffee. First time for everything inside an EV. Okay, so we're going to see if we can do a performance run, which is kind of difficult because it's hard to stop it. But let's just see what we can do. So we'll get this thing set, and then we'll wait for the next car to come by, and then we'll get on our way. Okay, so let's go.
$30. 60. Quarter mile.
Okay, so it'll be interesting to see what the stats are. So I've got Draggy working, and you can hear it talking in the background. And but I'm very low on power, so I'm only on 36% power, which is about 30 miles left in the tank. So I'm going down, and then down the A20. You can hear the rain, particularly bad nights. So it'll be interesting to see if you can actually see anything on that, because I don't know if you'll be able to. But it's calling out all the time, as you can hear, 60. And the car feels good. It didn't feel like fast. It's not like my old vehicles or the Tesla. It hasn't got that sort of oomph behind it. Saying that, it felt like it was pulling. You can feel the torque working, but 35% power will be very interesting to see what we actually got. I'm hoping it is around this 8.3 seconds. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It felt slower, so let's see. But the car, as a whole, I mean, driving in bad conditions tonight, it's not very nice at all. It's pretty good. I'm going to put this light on to see if that actually helps you guys see me. It's actually very bright. That is a serious light. Let's try that one instead. So this might be a bit better for seeing me, so I imagine it's pretty awful. But okay, so we've just done the 0 to 60. Be interesting to see what we get. Should be 8.3 seconds, but I'm unsure if that's what we're going to get. So I will try. I'm going to see if I can do another one in a minute. I'm going to pull into a lay-by and then come out of a lay-by and go. But we're at 34%. You know, the car is obviously new, but it's only had one top-up charge for myself, so I'm going to give it a full charge tonight, and then maybe tomorrow daytime we give it another go and we see if we can get on a bit better. Driving-wise, feels very stable. It's a little bit windy tonight, very wet. I haven't felt any issues at all. The car feels extremely stable. I haven't pushed it. I was doing 70 miles an hour earlier in it, and I didn't feel I had any issues. I'm going through some quite big puddles. I'm not feeling aquaplaning at all, so I'm feeling the safety is good. Brakes feel strong. Regenerative braking, I have switched on my dashboard on number 3, which is the highest setting, and that appears to be quite good, and I'm going to use it right now. So I let go of the throttle. I don't know if you can see the speedo. The speedo is falling back nicely, and the car's in front of a fair distance away. So it's it acts as I would expect it to. But let's have another go with this in a second. I'm not sure if Draggy is still recording. I'm hoping it is, but I just can't go.
Quarter mile.
I can't go for it at the moment. It's recording me
30.
again. I could try pulling in here. We'll see if we can do another. We can do a reset. Let's see if we can get this thing. Okay, let's get 0. Let's try again. Okay, a bit of wheel spin. That's 31,
30.
37, 50. Okay, that's
60.
So that was 60. So it'll be interesting to see what we get on that last reading. And see if the video actually worked on it. I'm not sure if it videoed it, so it could be interesting to find out.
Quarter mile.
Obviously, we're not trying to break any quarter-mile speeds here. So I'm taking it easy. I take it up to 70 miles an hour.
60.
So that's 70 miles an hour. It's quite hard to actually hold it at 70. It wants to go above 70 or just below 70. It's quite interesting. I've got it at 70 now. I'm on the inside lane, and yeah, I mean, it feels fine. I mean, the car doesn't appear to have any issues at all. The active steering is working. No, it's not. Let's see. Yeah, the active steering is. Yeah, it's working well, in fact. And the radar control we can set as well. So let's put the radar control on. Okay, so that is now. That is now. I think. No, it's not. It's quite hard to use. Amazing. This is what happens when you get into a new car. You've got to learn everything again. These controls that I have are completely alien to me compared to a Tesla. Okay, so cruise control is there. Then if I accelerate a bit. Okay, so we're set at 66 miles an hour. I'm going to set it up to 70. And the car is then should climb. And it's self-steering as well. I can feel it pulling on the steering wheel. and it's following the car behind quite closely, so I can distance it a bit because it is very wet weather. There we go. So then it slows itself back again. So I've told it to do 70 miles an hour, but it's doing 58. Just light back on again. So 70 miles an hour, it's doing 59 miles an hour. The car in front is accelerating, so we should hopefully accelerate, and we are. So it's gone up to 60. It's recognised there's a vehicle in front of us. I can see it on the screen just down here. I don't think you'll be able to see that from where your angle is.
60, 60, 60.
It likes 60 miles an hour apparently. That is Draggy going on in the background. So there's a GPS system which I have on my seat, which I will show you, which is this little box of tricks here, which you can probably see flashing. This has got a couple of GLONASS satellite receivers in it, and what it's doing is it's pinging a signal up and it's checking my speed against those systems. And it's a very accurate sort of private ears way of measuring things. The V-Box is very good, but it's very expensive, and quite frankly, from what I've seen of the measurements, Draggy is actually pretty much up there with the rest of them. So cheers, Draggy, I appreciate it, and you've been working pretty well for the last month or so. So it's a shame we didn't have other figures for some of the other cars, but we were having a few teething problems with it. Now I seem to have got it set up okay, and there doesn't appear to be any issues at all. So I wonder what these numbers are going to be. It's going to be very interesting to find out. But I've only got 28% juice left in the battery, so his battery was definitely at the lower end of the scale. If it was 100%, we would have potentially more power going to the motor. So it's going to be an interesting one. I'll do another version of this once we're able to actually test the battery and see if it makes any difference. So give it 100%. Is it going to make it faster? You can only find out by doing some tests. So the car is slowing down a little bit. We're coming into a 50 mile an hour zone. So I'll pull it back to 50 miles an hour. There we go. And it just falls back gently. I can see the warning light flashing at 50 miles an hour, and I'm at 50 miles an hour. So it's very easy to drive. I'm not finding it difficult at all. One thing I would like is here there is no armrest. I don't know if you can see down here. So where you've got your main controls and you've got your sort of your gearbox switches, if you like, your drive switches. Behind that is all open. It'd be really nice if somebody made a nice little unit that went on top, because my arm is flapping around and I don't quite know what to do with it. I've got armrests in all the cars I've ever had, and it feels a bit of a sort of spare. It's a bit of a spare space, but it's. I think it would be better if it was filled in. Maybe that would be something that they're going to do in the future. I don't know. So we'll see. But anyway, hopefully you like this video. Please subscribe, click the like button, and I'll do some other videos on the vehicle as well over the coming weeks, and I'll get this one out as fast as I possibly can. Just thought it was interesting doing a night view instead. No one ever seems to do that. I don't know if that's because my camera won't cope with it, so we will see. And have a good evening. Take care. Bye.